And should be speakers view. Though I don't see speaker, here we go. Okay, so guys, you know that I have been struggling with Facebook for the last 3 days. And, didn't get much sleep because I was trying to figure out how to do these ads and how to do these pixels. And got home last night. And when I got home last night, I just sensed in prayer, call. I said, call who? And so, so I went online and found a place where I think the most important thing that I discovered in all of this is don't struggle with 2-3 days if you can find somebody to help you. And so I have a Facebook rep. I didn't know they did this. So I'm going to share with you some information that he sent me, but I'm going to also share with you how I did an ad. He walked me through how to do an ad. But what I love about Facebook is, and I know Google Ads has the same thing, so I'll be connecting with them today, is I hear their customer service for business ads is much better, and I have to agree it is. So what I connected with someone. I'm going to show you how I connected with them, and they are committed to meeting with me 3 times. So yesterday what they did was they met with me to make sure my ad was set up. Isn't that good? And then we're going to run my ad for 7 days. And then after 7 days, we're going to connect and see and evaluate how my ad did and do any tweaking that we need to do, and then run it another 7 days. You know what I'm saying? So he's going to meet with me for 3 weeks to make sure that I'm getting the kind of results that I want to get from my Facebook ad, and then we'll tweak it with me as I needed to. So I was just thankful, to this guy. I must have said thank you 10,000 times. Thank you, thank you. He laughed at me. I said, you don't understand. Thank you. So I'm going to share with you, what I did, and show you what he did for me in terms of setting up my ad. Now, what did help me was this, guys, is that I said to him, because I didn't want him to extend this out and make this a long process. I said, so I would recommend you do the same if you decide to use a Facebook ad. I said, I have a funnel that's going to be launched tomorrow. Or a couple days, and so I need for you to set me up so that I can run my funnel in 2 days. In other words, don't be taking me through this long training process. I already have an organization that has trained me. I already have a funnel that's ready to go. I just need for you to help. You know what I'm saying? I did it in such a way that he knew he didn't take me through his usual 6 steps. He got me ready so that my funnel could run tomorrow. You hear what I'm saying? So I'd recommend you do the same. So you skip some of their long training process, unless you want to go through their long training process. I didn't have time for that. So, and so I was so thankful to this guy, and he made himself available to me. So I'm going to connect with him even later on today, as he gave me instructions on how to set up pixels. So one thing that I want to share with you, and I'm going to put this on tape. I'm sorry that Deborah's not here. Maybe she'll chime on later. But Deborah's been with 4% about as long as Thomas and I have been with them. And one of the things she asked me was, what do we do about oversaturation? So I want to talk to you guys about oversaturation, and to give you an understanding of why Vic is doing this the way he did. When we did the Success Challenge, and I'm only going to spend a few minutes here, and if you guys want me to talk about that more later, I can. When Vic did the first Success Challenge, he walked us through, again, how to get stuff going. And what happened is that ITA was not available at that time, which gives us about 15 or so different ways of running traffic. We were all kind of doing the same thing at the same time as we were watching him. What oversaturation means is that all of a sudden we had everybody doing the same thing, sending it to the same traffic source, if you understand what I'm saying. So all of a sudden, if you have several thousand of people sending everything to the same traffic source, everybody was doing solo ads, everybody was doing some of the same, then all of a sudden it was because there was so many people doing the same thing, nobody was earning money. If that makes oversaturation means that you have a whole lot of people doing the very same thing, same traffic source, same landing page, same everything. And as a result, the first people who got in earned money. That's the reason why you would hear me say, get your stuff in early. That's the reason for that. Is because the first people who got in made money. But then the folks who came in after that, they struggled because of oversaturation. Does it make sense at all? And so what Vic is doing is that that's the reason that he emphasizes you don't want to sound like everybody else. You know, you don't want to have the same voice going through the internet. So what you were asking, Donna, was a legitimate question. You know, how do I put my stuff out there using his stuff but still sound unique in what I'm doing? So that was a very legitimate question, Donna, and I'm glad you asked it. You know, but also it's the reason why he has us learning 15 or so different traffic sources. Because I'm telling you, you're going to find a whole lot of our folks doing solo ads and a whole lot of our folks doing Facebook ads. And that's going to be okay for, you know, unless you have your unique bent to it eventually. You know what I'm saying? It's the reason why it's going to be important for us to have our websites done so that our unique voice is heard in the marketplace. But it's also the reason why it's going to be important for us to not just lean on Facebook, but you know, because everybody and their mama does Facebook. I understand why. But you also want to be able to know the other traffic sources that you're going to eventually tap into. And if you do that in your unique way, then you're never going to have to worry about saturation. You're never going to have to worry about competition. You know what I'm saying? When you do it, influencers, there are enough influencers, you know, that each of us will tap into our own influencer and we're not having to worry about competition. There's enough blogs. There's enough podcasts. There are enough of all of the other ways that he teaches us to do marketing, that we're not stepping on each other's toes and flooding the market like we did in the initial Success Challenge. So I'm just putting that out there. I'm putting that on, you know, so I don't know, Vic, you might not be happy about, but I know that that's the reason why he emphasizes having a unique voice. Does that make sense? So let me open up my chat so I can make sure I see your comments. So too, but Donna, you know that as I share, you know, my screen, I'm not always able to see comments. So help me as I do this to not miss folks. So share my screen. I was so happy. This guy, he just got tickled. He said, thank you. It was just a blessing to have a person that could walk me through. Now, he only had about 45 minutes. You know, they time their stuff because they're supposed to be working with a lot of people. And so he only had about 45 minutes. So it was helpful for me to pinpoint what I needed. You know, don't give me the fluff. I'm telling you what I need. And so when he heard that, he heard it and he helped me to do what I needed. So sharing my screen. You see Zoom, right? Do you see Facebook for Business? Okay, so I'll move you guys down here. This was where I went first. Facebook for Business. And I went to this page because you see where it says here, Connect Now. I was able to click Connect Now and get one-on-one help from a real person. That was Hallelujah, Praise God, Holy Dance thing. If I knew how to do a holy dance. So anyway, and so when I clicked here, then in about 15 minutes, you know what I'm saying, I had somebody call me. Now I believe that their hours, they still probably have like a 9 to 5 or a 9 to 6 time frame. So you probably want to still use this during a business day, I'm thinking. But then Book Now is where I went. So what I'm going to do is first share with you what he walked me through in terms of how to set up my Facebook ad. And I'm going to walk you through the same steps. And I will definitely make sure that I get this guys to you today, so that if you want to do Facebook, you can follow. You can follow, you know, what I've done. I've already sent you this morning what I did on solo ads. I sent that to you this morning. So what I did was okay, I'm going to come out of this. I'm going to go here. I didn't have to move it. Okay, so here I am. You see this, right? I'm on my personal business Facebook page. You do need to have your own business Facebook page. And if you don't know how to set that up, then talk to me about that later. But it is important for you to have your own Facebook business page. Easy to set up. So on your business Facebook page, you see over here over here on the left, and you click Ad Center. You with me? Okay, so you just click Ad Center. This page comes up. So when this page comes up, you go to where it says Create Ad. Okay. Now I would have closed Get Leads. He says, never, 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 ever, ever use that one. So that's in my notes. I will never, ever use Click Ad. Click
Why?
More leads. He said, when you go into clicking more leads, it's more expensive. He got into some stuff that was more technical. He says, this is what you always want to do, more cost effective. And you do, and Facebook wants you to send more stuff to your website anyway as part of your brand. So what he said, I didn't completely understand, other than you get into auctions and you get into others unnecessary steps. He says you're going to get more bang for your buck if you always go here to get more website visitors. So thank God for Vic emphasizing websites and putting our landing page on our websites. Good question, Donna. So now here is how to promote our website. So this, I'm just going to walk you through exactly what he had me do, okay? So here you could add a description for your creatives and, do some additional things. But when I told him I had a landing page, he said, oh, you already have a landing page? I said, yes. So he said, then what you want to do is to go to your website. So I went to my website. This is my website. This is the landing page on my website. Looks familiar, right? So, and so what he did was just copy and paste this whole URL. I didn't know I needed to do that. So I clicked, oh, remember I showed y'all, how you can put on this particular landing page, how you put yourself in the picture. So an exclusive webinar event with Donna Levette as webinar host, and I'm featuring Vic. I like this because it makes me sound like the expert, and I invited Vic on my thing, which is what I love it. Isn't that wonderful? And so this will be the one that I would promote. And when I asked him about do I like testing it? And do you test? He said, no, what I would do is, in other words, you can run 2 landing pages to see which one gets the most hits. He said, why don't we, for this first 7 days, just run this one? Because he says, if you get good results from this one, why change it? I said, I'm good with that. So what you do is you take this whole URL and you copy the whole thing. So I click Control Copy, Control C for those of you who may not know how to do that. You just push Control C at the same time. And then I went back, and where it says website URL, you see where I'm back at the first page where we're creating an ad. I just clicked that whole URL. It says, you know, it got it right when you see the green arrow here. That means it's there. So this is what they're going to be promoting. They're going to promote my landing page. I said, simple. Now what I'm going to do, okay, so now we see that was simple. I said, dang. My GPS is still on. Hold on, let me come.
So Donna, when you copied your URL from your eStage website and put it here, the URL that was there, you removed first and then put your new URL there.
Oh yeah, yep, because that wasn't the full. It just was Destiny the Dynasty. I put the whole URL in there. You see, Destiny the Dynasty, I put all the letters and the numbers and all that was in the URL. Make sense? Good question. And so what I see here is that, now here's what I'm going to ask him, because he said that when I get back with him, he says that my landing page is what they're going to show. So I still see my logo here. You hear what I'm saying? And I still see my logo here. I'm wanting to be sure that, do I delete this? Is my question to him, or will it ignore it because I put this here? You hear what I'm saying? And so that's a question that I have. And then I make a decision on what do I say when they put, you know, do I sign them up? So what I did was I put book now. And so you click on the arrow, and you really, I think you're kind of limited to using their choices. So I put book now there. Why did I put book now? Is because that was what was on, or you could say register now. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted what I put to be consistent with what I saw here. This is the landing page. I hope I'm not jumping. You're understanding what I'm doing. I'm jumping. So I wanted to have what I put there consistent with here. So as a matter of fact, I'm going back to the create ad, and I'm probably going to put register now. They have like a register now, and they didn't have a register now. So you would either, you guys might choose, you might want to choose book now or sign up now. He said you might want to leave it sign up now then, since there isn't a register now.
Yeah, I would say sign up.
Yep, and I'm putting that right back. That's where it was when we finished. So sign up now.
Sounds like there's an appointment with me.
Yep. So I put sign up now because that's the closest to what's on the webinar page, you know, the landing page. So again, you're always trying to make sure you have a message, you match. You want to have a consistent message all the way through, all the way to your sales page. So right now, I will you see where I'll reach 435 to 1.3 thousand people per day. That's going to increase. So then we went to audience. You skip this because we're not doing anything that deals with employment, housing, social issues, elections. You know, I think you're in a good place when you don't use this special category, you know, but we're not doing that. So you make sure that's over here, you know, no. And so audience, am I going too fast? You guys with me? You guys with me, right?
I think you're pretty good because I'm hearing you, but I'm also hearing Vlad and some of the terminology that he uses. So this makes sense to me when we're setting it up the way you're setting it up.
Okay, good. Okay. So audience, you want to decide who your audience is. He gave me a special key here. So we want to choose who we're targeting. So you want to make sure this is clicked blue. And I click the pencil because I'm wanting to decide who my audience is. So the suggestion was that he said, how much is your course? I said, well, $997, about $1,000. He said, so then you probably want to have people 30 and over, because that likely people around that age will probably be in a place where they could pay $1,000 for a course. Makes sense? And so so then my audience is going to be from 30 to 65. So then I go to location, and I don't want just plain well location, obviously, right? And so his suggestion was that under locations, I made the mistake of not putting it in the right spot. So location, when the map comes up, you want to put it here. And so I put in United States. And his recommendation is, he said, why don't we stick with United States, see what kind of traffic we get. He said, because at some point, if you want to add Canada, if you want to add the United Kingdom, he said those would be people that you could track, but I think you're going to get enough people from the United States that you're going to be okay. So I clicked United States. And that's what you want to see, United States plus 25 miles. So that will go a little bit into Canada. You know what I'm saying? You might get to around, a little bit into Canada. So you did that.
Look at that potential reach.
You see? Yep, you see how that jumped? And so then he said, so then go down to your targeting and so what do you want? And I said, well, affiliate marketing, affiliate. So here, yep, affiliate marketing. And that changed. So I'm gonna go to browse right here, where you will still see add the people who match at least one of the following. So affiliate marketing. Now this was a key that he said, share it with me. And he says, Donna, I don't share this one with most people. And he says, I'm concerned. So I'm questioning whether I should put this out to the general population in terms of how to do Facebook ads, because he's sharing something. He shares something with me, guys, that he doesn't share with everybody. And he said, so what you want to do is go under interest. Am I going too fast? Go on to interest. And then he said, type in this name, C-O-S-T-R, Costro, C-R-T-R-O. No, oh my God, let me get the name. What he did was he gave me a store under interest, Costro. Oh no, wait a minute.
Not Costco?
No, not Costco, because that's what I kept saying. C-O-S-T-C-O. C-O-S-T-C-O. This is the ad that we worked on. So C, what did I say? C-O-S-T, Costco, interest. And he said, you know why you want to add that one? He said, because this is a store that when you walk in it, he said the people who work there make $28 an hour. He said, you don't walk in this place unless you're going to spend 60,000. He said, these are the kind of people that can easily pay for a course that's that's $1,000 or more.
Wow. And
So,
especially if they got the Costco Visa.
you know what I'm saying? And so he said, so get this one. And then he says, because that's going to, give you the population who could do affiliate marketing, but the population who could pay $1,000 for a course. He says, just a tip I'm sharing with you. I don't share this with everybody. So then you click back. Look at how many potential reach now. 11 million people. I think that's kind of amazing.
And you put the affiliate marketing in detailed targeting, and then you also put it under interest.
Yes.
Along
Yes.
with Costco.
Yes. So both of those are interest. I'll have to see what we put in there when we do 7K, but I'll ask them that. But at this point, affiliate marketing, and I like the fact that once I start doing my own thing, he'll probably help me to know what market to put in here. He knows Facebook. I'm not having to figure it out. I got help to help me figure it out. So then he says, so then save this, which is what I did. So saved. So you go back to the box and you see location, people living in the United States, people aged 30 to 65, and people who match these interests. I was so thankful he shared that with me. So then there's nothing else I need to put into audience. Makes sense?
So where did you save it, or did you hit create now or create?
No, I just, when I did the box, it just said, save audience.
Oh, okay, I see. Okay.
And I saved it there. Okay, so good question. I want you guys to, you want to close the audience dialogue? Yes. Yeah. Okay, so there's nothing else I needed to do in audience. He just saved me time. You know what I'm saying? And so, look at the top here. I get $200 when I spend 100. So in other words, right off the bat, I have $300 to use for advertisement. And what he said to me is, he says, well, let's use the $200 that Facebook gives you so you can kind of test out your market before you know what I'm saying? And so, but I had to spend $100 first to get to 200, but I was thankful to know that I'm starting out with $300 in advertising.
Is that a coupon he gave you, or just when you went to promote your website, it was there?
It was there.
Okay.
And if it's not there, if you get a person, ask them, how do you get that $200 coupon? But it was there when I clicked on promote my website. $300 right off the bat. That's good. Okay, so now I'm going through running this ad. And so he suggested that I do 7 days. So, so I'm clicking this to 7 days. So it'll run, if I was starting it today, it would end July 30th. I'm not going to push it until we get the green light. And here's where, guys, you can make the decision of how much money you want to spend. Rowena, when she did this, had a very limited budget. And so this was estimated, this is how many people, if I spend $5, this is how many people I could reach per day in Facebook ads. So what he said was, Donna, since you're going to use the 50, our money, do 15. I was willing to spend about $20 a day, because I said $20 a day, that's $140. I'm willing to put $140. That was what I was willing to do. So change. Now look at how many people I will be able to reach per day. A little bit more people than in solo ads.
Mm.
And he said, we can't guarantee you that, but that's the amount of people potentially that you can reach per day. And so you see that right here again, and this is how many clicks, how many people will click on my ad per day.
And at this point, the cost is about $105.
$105. That to me is worth, that's not a lot of money to test this out for 7 days. And I again like the fact that in 7 days, if I'm not, I said, if I'm not getting the results I need, if I'm not getting the money that I want to make, then he will tweak what I need to do with me. Because his goal is in 3 weeks that I get results from my ad. So under here, he said, yep, keep it. But here, guys, this is how many people will, if I get these amount of clicks, 220 plus 7, that's what, 40, over 1,400 people, clicking on my ad. That's, and Lord, if I get this, the 4.6K, and I do pixels, can you see how my retargeting list can be very impressive in a 7-day period of time? And if I run this ad for a month, my retargeting pool is going to be in a good place. So here, when I asked for, he said, you had the option of adding Instagram. His suggestion was just that I use Facebook and Messenger and not Instagram. I think Instagram's cost is a little more, and I would have had to use more in terms of my budget. But he's saying, you're doing good right here. Just do Facebook and Messenger. And you know what else he said? He said, part of what this is going to do for you is that it's not, because it's a search engine. So you're not just limited to people who will see your ad on Facebook and on Messenger. It's a search engine. So as if people are searching the internet, they'll still have access to being able to see your ad. So he said, click Pixel. And I do have
the other thing, Donna, is that you don't use Instagram, so that would probably be a waste of energy for you, on your part, to try to learn how to use Instagram as well.
Yeah, and I'm good with these numbers. You know what I'm saying? I'm good with those numbers. So then click Pixel, because I have a Pixel, and then here you put your payment method in here. So that in the end, he said, now you can promote it. You put in your stuff, and you're at the place where you can promote it. Simple. Now the thing that's not simple is how to do pixels. Because if you watch Vlad in terms of putting your pixels, you need to put your Facebook pixel too on your landing page, your website, global website. You got to put your Facebook pixel on the various pages too. And so my question to him is, what do I share with my group? Because I told him, I said, I'm meeting with, a group of people in the morning. So what do I share with them in terms of how to set up their pixel? And so I want to share with you the resources that he's given me. But I want to know if what I've done so far, does that make sense? Can you all?
Yeah, this part right here is easy. I'll be glad when you send it out so that we can follow this. This part is easy.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sonia, easy?
Yes, very much.
Okay. And Thomas, I know you said you're just kind of chiming in. And so I'm looking forward to the other members to see this. But when I saw these numbers, it's making me rethink personally whether I'm going to do solo ads in Facebook. I might just start right here because I like the numbers. I can do solo ads and hit these numbers in terms of clicks. So I might still do a solo ad and compare it with Facebook, you know, because I get, but this is every day. Difference is this is how many people I can hit every day. So
Okay. And Donna, to add a business page or business Facebook page, you just go to your Facebook and add a page and list it as business, correct?
yes. And if you're not quite sure of how to do that, I don't want to spend time here on that because I want to be sure I'm sharing with you everything that I learned in terms of actually setting up your ad. If you don't know how to set up a business page, text me, let me know, and I'll make sure you do know how to do it. Okay. But I don't want to spend the time here because we're already after 8. So this is what I'm also going to send you. And when I sent you the solo ads this morning, guys, I did not send you the spreadsheet. So I'm going to send you the spreadsheet, but I'm also going to share with you the, this is my email. This is what he sent me in terms of resources on my email. So I wanted you to see what he sent me in terms of the email. So this is, can I just click on the link and you see it? You see this? Okay. So this is like a Facebook blueprint, online learning courses. So what he did was he gave us courses that if we wanted to use their stuff to learn, and I knew you would like this, Donna, you can earn Facebook certification. So I'm going to do that. So I can be a certified Facebook. I knew you would like that, Donna. So free online courses, learn, you know, so I appreciated him giving me all these resources. So this is just a learning, you know, featured lessons, how to raise money. Well, I don't want to know, but how to raise money, you know, so different ways to earn money, featured lessons, how to 2 ways you can top 2 ways your business can advertise on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? So these were just learning things. I don't want to overwhelm you because we got so much that we're learning also with 4%, you know what I'm saying? But to have this, I'm going to forward this email to you guys, rather than I'll just forward it to you so you can have the same links that he showed me.
Thank you so much, Donna.
Okay, so this, look right here, Facebook business. Again, just resources, how to find your customers, build your small business. So, you know, these are just signs and, you know, find free tools, get a free marketing plan, boost your digital skills. Again, resources. So we're going to be, for me, because I would like the idea of being a certified Facebook marketer, whatever.
And look at those boomers in the pictures.
Yep, I see that. You know what I'm saying? Some, yeah, but you got boomers and young people. So so I like the resources, and I will go through this because if I'm going to claim to be someone certified to help you market, I want to know this stuff. So Donna, you're like me, I'm a learner. And so I don't mind taking the extra time to go through more stuff to learn. I was so thankful to that guy. So this is these down here. I'm not going to click on it. These are, well, I will click on it since I'm clicking on everything else. I'll come back. Is policies and procedures. The things that if you do this, Facebook will kick you off or not approve your ad. And so good to know that, you know, common points of confusion, the ad review process, you know what I'm saying? So this is still good because when you submit your ad, they still have to approve your ad. But what I like about having him look at my stuff is that there was anything that would have been a red flag, he would have told me that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have any problem knowing that my ad's going to be approved. So this just gives you some idea. What do you do if your ad is rejected? Prohibited content. So things you don't want to have on your ad. You know, so again, if we're wanting to be certified, none of our stuff, we're not talking about tobacco and drug stuff. You know what I'm saying? Our ads are in this unsafe supplements, adult, you know, things that for me is common sense. You know, but that is what that link says. I think this is pretty much the same. I don't know why I went from the bottom up. Yeah, this is pretty much the same. This one, so I'm skipping. Since I started from the bottom up, guys, I'm just, I don't know why I did that this way. Business Help Center. So again, you know, another place where you can get some, oh, I love this idea. When I was looking at these pages, this lookalike audience, I'm going to look at this more, because what this does is that when Facebook understands the kind of people that respond to your ad, there is a place where they help you to find people like that. That's what the lookalike. So Facebook is committed. They want you earning money. And so once they have some idea of what works for you, then they will help you to find the lookalike audience is a way to reach new people who are likely to be interested in your business because they are similar to your best existing customers. Isn't that good? And so, so I'm wanting to go through this more thoroughly, but I like the fact that they're going to build on your successes. Again, I understand why people go to Facebook to advertise. Make sense? Okay. And so this middle one, how are we doing in terms of time? This is how to do pixels. And so how to install pixels. So this is you know, information about Facebook pixels, ways to use your pixels, you know, so this is going to give us some additional information that steps. First, create and name your Facebook pixel. Choose an option to manually install your pixel, which is what Vic tells us how to do. Copy your pixels to your website. And step 4, copying your pixels to on your event manager, because your event manager is where you then place your pixels. My kitty is how you get your pixels on your landing page, your different parts of your website. They call it an event. So it walks you through how to do all of that. Now, one of the things that he was honest with me about is he says, Donna, so this is going to be what I go through tonight, you know, so that I can add the pixels to my website, you know, in the various places of my website. So I want you to see this resource. As I go through my pixels, if I can figure out a way to simplify it, I might do a quick Facebook Zoom, you know, walking you through the steps of how I set up my pixels. I may do that today, or I might show that to you tomorrow. We'll see.
But do you want us, if in any event, you want us to be set up with 2 computers so that we can follow you?
That might be a good idea. You know,
okay.
that might be a good idea.
Because it's so time sensitive.
Yeah, it is. And that might be a good idea. So I was not sad to hear that we got another day with Vic, you know, because I wasn't ready in terms of, no way will I do a Facebook ad and not have Facebook pixels in place. No way. And I wouldn't recommend you guys do that either. So, so that's kind of what I learned over the next, you know, over the next day. So all of that 2 days and 1 hour, you know, with just talking to an expert, you know, just made my life easy. And I know Google Ads have a very similar kind of support.
Yeah, I'm going to have Louis, I'm going to be meeting with Louis today at 3.
from Google Ads.
From Google Ads. Yeah.
See, and so because really they know, because this is how Facebook earns their money. And they know that if you earn money, you're going to keep coming back as repeat customers. And he's right, I will. We will. And so I'm going to stop share so I can see your faces. So so we'll come back on a regular basis. So I hated that I wasted 3 days trying to figure stuff out on my own. But learning curve, you know what I'm saying? I'll not do that again.
Dan, I don't think it was a waste because you found out, excuse me, what you didn't know, so that you
Yes.
had the right questions in place to ask him. So it wasn't a wasted 3 days.
That's a good way of saying it, because you're right. I was very specific. I did this, it didn't work. I got stuck here. What did I miss here? And so he was able to go right to and say, oh, you just didn't do the whole URL. Oh, you just didn't, you know what I'm saying? So he could very easily share with me what I missed. So I am excited about the Facebook ads. And he said, I think your ads are going to do well. So even though I am walking, okay, this is what he said to me. He said, Donna, not everybody in Facebook support understands pixels.
Mm.
And he says, you can get the wrong, he says, and I was thankful he was honest with me. He said, there are some people you can get on and get them to help you to try to get them to help you to set up your pixels. And he says, it could take them hours. So now I didn't feel bad that it was taking me such a long time to figure out how to set up my pixels, because there are some people in Facebook support who will struggle to set up pixels. So what I'm thankful for is that God gave me someone who understood pixels. And so what he said to me was that if you get stuck, just send me an email, and I'm so favored. He said, I will call you after hours to make sure that your ad have pixels on it when you customer service, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm thankful. One of the things I'm going to ask him is that, can I give them your referral and you serve them? I don't know if he can do that, because Facebook might just randomly give you folks. And so at some point, you may want to have a person that you talk to in terms of pixels or in terms of your ad, and just look at what I have. You might want to have that personal person who would look at what you did and then advise you. I appreciated having that person work with me. But what I'm wanting to do is to give you enough that even if you didn't have it, you can still do an ad. Does that make sense? And so, so any questions, almost 8:30 on what I've shared? Give me a
No, Donna, this has been so valuable and entertaining. I really
Yeah.
appreciate it. You know me, I like things succinct.
Why
Yeah.
entertaining?
It's helped me because, as I told you before, I had some issues with Facebook, so it helped me. Yeah.
Yeah, because if you don't know that it's daily, you know what I'm saying? And so for me, I love the idea of knowing that I can decide. So I can do this in my own budget. And if Facebook helps me to earn money, then I'll have more money to eventually be able to earn more. But to be able to start off, at with $300, if I did just the same thing, he's covered my ad costs for 3 weeks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
and your ad looks good, Donna. Oh my gosh, it looks good.
But that's not going to be my ad. See, that's my question, because I know that Facebook loves it when your logo and all of that, because it again shows that you're a brand. But if they're going to use my landing page, then my logo's not on my landing page.
Well, you got to ask that question, because me being already a follower or a customer of yours, if I was to come to your Facebook and didn't see anything saying Destiny to Dynasty, I would be wondering if I'm in the right place. So that definitely asks that
that question. And I think it helps if they go down through and they see my face. on the landing page, when they see my face, they'll know they're in the right place because they see my face. And they know I'm introducing them to Vic. I just, some people have such egos. There is no way they'd want to share the limelight with you. And so I am so thankful that he allowed it to put us on equal playing field. And he's the expert, but promotes it so that we're on equal playing field. I love him.
But that brother has a shepherd's heart. So he's just a wonderful person. And that's why it's so important for us to keep him lifted in prayer. Because the individuals, the people who are not who are this and not willing to work their business, girl, every time I see their comments, I'm like, man, I wish I had a delete button. But we just lift him and his team up in prayer, and we do our parts so that we make him proud. So that he, because there is a certain amount of success that's going to be based on that for him.
Yes. And you know what? I am here. I'm going to end the recording so we can talk more frankly. But if there anything else, any questions as it relates to this before I end this recording, and then, because I wanted to see if you guys saw something that I saw yesterday. So is this good?
Yes.
Okay. Thomas, is this good?
Excellent.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. No doubt.
Okay, so I'm going to do Facebook ads.
I am too.
So again, I'm not wanting to, be led, because I don't want you to do something just because I'm doing it. But I do want you to see why I've made the decision to do Facebook ads. So until tomorrow, guys, we will focus on Google ads. So Donna, you will be a step ahead because you're already ready, scheduled to talk to someone. Hopefully I can call somebody and talk to them today. So I'm excited about these three options. So I will see you again tomorrow at 7:30 when we talk about Google ads. Until then, guys, be tremendously blessed. This is going to be such an amazing few weeks for us. I have no doubt that I'm going to hit my financial goals, and I have no doubt you're going to reach yours. So see you tomorrow morning. Be blessed.
Bye-bye.
Stay on.